The AU heads of state and government meeting will come to an end today. And yesterday, the UN Secretary General called on African leaders to address the challenges of removal of government by military, which has become a trend seemingly in the west of Africa. There are reports that the president of the DRC, Felix Tshekedi, had to return to his country after there was a reported coup attempt. Let's discuss this and bring in the SABC News AU correspondent, Coletta Wanjohi. She joins us now live. Coletta, very good afternoon to you. Can you confirm that the President Tshekedi had left and returned to his country following these reports of an attempted coup?
Good afternoon to you from Addis Ababa. Yes, the embassy here has confirmed that President Felix Tshekedi left yesterday, and that was after he attended at least the first day of the African Union summit. They did not give us details as to why he left, but looking at what's happening back home, we can as well just speculate that probably he went back because of security issues back home. So yes, he left. There is a DRC delegation that remained behind that is to represent the president in the next session, which is happening right now as we are talking, and they'll probably go back home with or relay to him the decisions of the summit.
What more are we learning about the security issues in the DRC? In particular, these reports of an attempted coup. What are you learning? What information are you getting?
Well, what we have right now is really scanty, right? What we know is there have been arrests made on the other side of top security officials, and we are told maybe even some generals were arrested on the wake of today because of several attempts. We do not know details as yet. Probably with time we shall get details as to why, after the investigations, as to why indeed they attempted whatever they did. But the word that is coming from the DRC right now is it was probably an attempted coup that probably didn't go through because the people who were planning it were arrested in time. So yes, and probably we might expect maybe this might cause some bit of tension right in DRC, and we expect that of course the president himself we might see him trying to rearrange his security details, and also intelligence systems getting into work more vigorously to try and maybe unearth if there's anything that had already been planned or whatever is already in process. And yes, of course, with the citizens there, they have to be on alert, knowing that this creates some new tension. They're not new to this, they've seen it before, and they're probably hoping that it doesn't go to the extreme.
So we can categorically say that we don't have confirmation of an attempted coup at this stage. I just want to be clear about that.
Yes, what we know is there were head of security on the other side and probably some generals who were arrested. They are speculating that it was probably a planned coup. We are yet to get details as after the DRC probably government goes into the roots of all this. I'm sure they will inform us so that we can know what was really happening. But the fact that the president had to travel before finishing the second day of the summit tells us that there was an emergency back home that he really had to attend to.
It's important to get that stated, that we are following the facts, and then when we do have confirmation of anything, we'll bring it to our viewers here on SABC News. Talk to us though about talks, about coups in general in Africa. What's the AU saying about it?
Well, it is quite ironic that the President Tshekedi yesterday, as he made his opening statement, as well as before he handed over the chairmanship to Senegal, he talked about this thing. He talked about during his tenure of 1 year of DRC being the chairperson of the African Union, the continent had experienced attempted coups and some successful coups. I mean, we have about 6 that happened, either attempted or successful, that happened in the past 18 months. He talked about the need for the African Union to look again at the issue of the peace and security security architecture of the continent to ensure that Africa moves towards stability, Africa moves towards achieving its goal of silencing the guns by the year 2020. So he emphasized this, as well as other leaders, and it is an issue that the continent is looking at, and the fact that some citizens are really supporting some of these undemocratic changes of government. So yes, the African Union really discussed that in details yesterday. We're expecting the African Union Peace and Security Council director to be giving us a press conference maybe in about half an hour, so that we can understand what the African heads of state really came up with. Did they come with any solutions to preventing this from happening?
All right, we'll try to touch base with you in about half an hour or so to get an update with regards to what's happening at the AU. Coletta, Wanjohi, appreciate your reporting as always.